Hey, let me just make sure that this is straight. So I had another great night at the Knights Library, but I think it's going to be the last night that I do for a while. After EDC Orlando, Electronic Daisy Carnival, the music there was simply inspiring, magical. It felt like I was in Disneyland for the first time. And when I went back to the Knights Library, the music there was monotonous. The same as before, same as the night before and the night before that. It was all the same music. It's all the same rap songs, just remixed slightly or changed in order slightly. They're all the same ones. And that was really disappointing. I had a great night tonight, and I had a lot of fun. But I would have liked to do my homework and pass out and have some good night's sleep, which I plan to be doing in the future. So for the next couple weekends, I will find alternatives to the Knights Library as a source of entertainment. It's getting to the point where the club is just meaningless. The music is lame. The dynamic there is, I don't know. You dance with a few people and, some of them either feel you or they don't. But at the end of the day, you can just do that with someone at the gym. You can meet someone at the gym and go out on a date with them and have a real relationship. Or you can go out to the club and dance with them for a little bit, but then they're just gonna go start kissing another guy as soon as you're done with them. My point is that it doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like the club and everything that goes within it is meaningless. I just dropped some guy off at his house. He lives in an apartment over here. He took an Uber to the Knights Library, and on the way home, he was just gonna walk it. I drove him home without a second thought, without any hesitation whatsoever. I drove him home because the more I talked to him, the more I realized this guy was inebriated out of his mind. Now, he was talking the entire time about he's got homophobia, he's got a 2-year-old kid, he's got problems with women, he is a very playboy kind of guy, he's very outgoing in that sense, and part of that means that he makes a lot of mistakes. He makes a lot of mistakes, and he has spent a lot of time with a lot of women physically, and that can change a person long term. I think it's messed up and warped his perception of reality. When I was talking to him, he was inebriated. He promised me he wasn't going to throw up in my car. But my point is I just saw another guy that was going through the struggle. Life has beat him down senseless. And no one's been there for him to pick up the pieces. And I don't think he's even tried to pick up his own pieces, too. I think he has, went down the rabbit hole even further.
In a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Florida 426 East.
He was definitely drinking. And he was to the point where I've never been before. I'm not sure he's going to remember me. He is very much messed up. And I feel for him. I'm sorry that he got to that point. When you spend that many that much time with a lot of people, you have a high body count and you have a lot of alcohol in your system or drugs, or you've gotten to the point where the drugs have really messed you up to the point where someone needs to hold your hand. There is something mentally going on with you. Someone is, like, you are having a bad life. It's getting screwy. You know what I mean? My point is that he has had a rough life, and he's coping with drugs and coital physical activity with others. And it's unhealthy because it's meaningless. And life without meaning is meaningless. It made me realize that I don't think I'll be going to the Knights Library for a little bit. I could go once a month and I may switch up the club, but quite honestly, the music is so repetitive at this point. It's not even fun anymore. It's not even interesting or engaging. EDC took away that drive from me. Sullivan King took away my enjoyment from any other house music and boring rap. I simply need Sullivan King now to get any sort of fun. Today's currently Sunday at 2:35 in the morning. I go to work in the morning on Monday. We definitely have a lot of work to do, a lot of homework to do in the next day. When I get home, I'm basically passing out, waking up, doing homework, helping out with my dad with some chores around the house, and then doing some more chores as well. My point is our lives can be meaningless, and one example of that is this. I understand that, this wasn't necessarily the best way to approach my life. I understand that the Knights Library was something that brought me to life, brought me to have fun. But now that I've experienced EDC as a festival, I understand now that I'm not really all that interested in it. I'm not excited in it anymore. And that could be a bad thing or a good thing. But I'm just going to make sure I focus on my gym. The gym, school, homework, my quality of work at my job, spending time with family, spending time by myself, and relaxing. Not just watching TV shows, but actually relaxing. Enjoying nature. These are things that I plan on doing in the future. I think I have to cut out this dopamine-filled part of my life for now and reserve that for date night. I need to find someone that cares about me. Cares about me at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I want someone to text me, be worried about me, be semi-interested in the fact that I'm still alive in this world that isn't just my blood or family relation. I mean, someone that chose to spend time with me, that chooses to look out for me. I think that's the most valuable part of a relationship, is knowing that someone chose you out of billions of other people to spend the rest of their life with, or at least the next couple of years. And during that time frame, they're going to look out for you. They're going to laugh at your jokes. They're going to, value your opinion, listen to you, communicate with you, and ultimately make you a better person. And vice versa for you. I hope you make them a better person. But my point is that we are all sinners. We are not all perfect humans. Everyone makes mistakes. We are all degenerates in some way. Now, how do we utilize that? How do we change that? How do we alter that? How do we choose when we do those things? Is the best way to understand how a person is, who a person is. We can't 100% guarantee that someone is perfect, righteous. It's difficult to put into words. It's difficult to give you a number on their value to the world of a person. It's hard to say, well, this person is 98% valuable to the world, but that extra 2% is some demons that he's gone through. How do you determine that? It's nearly impossible to do. But my point is that maybe it's time to take a step back from this dopamine-filled world that I've entered. It was very fun. It was very engaging, and I definitely learned a lot about myself from this. But after a night like tonight, after I saw the damage that this long-term had caused a person, I understand that this needs to be in moderation. And I think it's time for me to moderate myself from this. It's time to snip this out for a month and go do something else in the meantime. And I plan on it, certainly. As long as there's an EDM artist playing somewhere, I'll go. As long as there's festivals in Miami or Orlando, I'll go. But anything outside of that, I don't plan on going to the Knights Live area or Bounce anytime soon. Not with the prices, not with the music, not with the culture there, not with the general life. When I'm talking to guys around me there, half the time I compliment their fit, and then they start talking about the girls around us. It's so degenerative that they're just looking at the women around them. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking too. All of it's out for the taking, or out for the looking, you know what I mean? But I keep my eyes to myself, and I keep my tongue to myself as well, and I don't speak about that. Because at the end of the day, first of all, it comes off as desperate. These guys, when I'm hearing them talk, they sound so pathetic. Talking about, what's this one over here doing? It's like, bro, nothing. What are you on about? I thought that was kind of crazy. But, yeah. I can't wait to go home and pass out. I just washed my bed sheets, and I'm not sure if I'm going to shower before I get in them, which means that I'll have to wash my bed sheets all over again. But it might be worth it. Maybe I'll stay up long enough to take a shower. But anyways, we talked about the club and how we need to change that. Let's talk about how you see the world. Now, me personally, I talked about this earlier when I talked about to live is to serve others and to have a belief, to have a hope, a religion, an ideology, something, anything. You need to have something, a foundation of your life that brings you purpose when you need it most. For some people, that's God. For some people, it's routine. Some people, it's other things. You need to find something and stick to it. You can change it over time, but ultimately you need something that you are able to stick to. Sorry I'm not most talkative today, but you're keeping me awake and I'm trying to focus on the road. Talking to you is the best option. Music will be great, podcasts will be great, but focusing on keeping words in my mouth is so much more valuable and keeps me so much more wired, or at least I think so. I might be playing music in a second here, but for now we're gonna vibe out to this. Me talking. There's a lot of boring people in this world. When I when I go to the Knights Library, I see all these different people, but they all look the same. You'd think at a college that is the central of a tourism area in Florida, there'd be a lot more diversity there. But there's really not that much. And it's quite sad. Because it's the same goers every time. Young white girls. They all look the same. Their facial structure, their bone structure, their body, everyone looks the same. It's so boring. It's not like Universal or EDC where everyone is different. I really enjoyed that. I hope you find your purpose in life. I know you're probably lost right now, and I can't spoon feed you the answers. I can't magically wave a wand and make your life better. I know I've tried for myself and it just doesn't work. But what I can do is tell you that you need to be a critical thinker and you need to figure out that you have problems. And you can try to figure out how to solve them. But that means that you need to think about your day. You need to reflect on your day. You need to reflect on your month, your year, your life. And once you slow down time, sometimes it can hurt. When you really take accountability for yourself and the good, the bad, the worst, you really don't like that moment. It feels like doing hours of homework all in one sitting. It really makes you hate, makes you hurt, makes you stressed. But when you condition yourself to that, it'll change the whole communication process of how things get done. And that's what we aim to achieve. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna play some music. I'm sorry I ran out of stuff to say today. It would be really nice to talk to you for 40 minutes straight, but I simply am not in the right state of mind to continue speaking. So I'm gonna blast some music, and I'm just tired. And I think that listening to some music is gonna help me get home safe. It's been a long day. I'm on 3 hours of sleep from yesterday. And technically my bedtime was at 10 today, and that's 5 hours past, so you can do the math on that. I'm a little bit in the negative, a little bit in the red right now for sleep. But anyways, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll catch you later. See ya.